Good morning. Greg Surratt here with some Worry Free Wednesday encouragement. So, I didn't watch the opening show for the Olympics. Fortunately, I was on an airplane that was delayed in flight. Coming home, I thought I'd never use the words fortunately, airplane, and delayed in the same sentence, but you understand what I'm talking about. So, my thoughts after viewing the highlights was this: it was disgusting. It was shocking. It was appalling. Not just me, but the whole world. I mean, there was an uproar. In fact, I think the Olympic Committee kind of issued an apology. If we're offended, we're sorry, that type thing. But a lot of questions. Why Christianity? Why would they mock? Would they mock another religion? Islam, Hinduism, Judaism? But the big question to me after I sat down and thought about it a little bit was this: how should I respond? I saw a lot of responses. Some obviously, were made immediately in anger. Some were more measured, maybe a little bit more well thought out. But how should I respond? How should we respond? A friend sent me this one. I don't even know who it was from. He just said he thought it was good. And it said this: fellow Christian, stop being offended at every turn. It's immature to expect those who do not share your belief in Jesus to revere him, and worse, it damages the witnesses of Jesus when you demand your way. Jesus' response to mockery and insult was not to demand adherence and respect. His response was love. His response was to turn the other cheek. His response was the cross, and he prayed, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." He allowed his life and his actions to be his defense. He goes on to say, if you want Jesus to be respected, live like him, love like him, die to your need for power, control, and revenge like him, and that is his way. Take up your cross and follow his example. Wow. So on Sunday morning, I asked God to speak to me in my daily wisdom challenge. For years, have gone through Proverbs every day, match it up with the day of the week. And it happened to be the 28th day of July on Sunday. And I asked God to speak to me in my daily wisdom challenge. And here's the verse that jumped out. It says this: if you do not obey the law, God will find your prayers too hateful to hear. If you do not obey the law, God will find your prayers too hateful to hear. Well, what does that mean? Now, obviously, he's talking to, Old Testament followers of God, Jewish people, and the law is the written law. But the New Testament, Jesus said, I have a new law. And it says this. He said, and now I give you a new commandment: love uh, love one another as I have loved you, so that you must love one another. And if you love one another, then everyone will know that you are my disciples. And so Jesus, and in his other teaching, he laid out a new law. It's actually a fulfillment of the old law. And he said, here's what you do: you love God, you love each other, and you love your neighbors, even the rude ones, even the ones that would mock what you deeply believe. And so let's go back to Proverbs. It says, if you do not obey the law, what's the law? It's the law of love. God will find your prayers too hateful to hear. Have you ever done that? Have you ever had really hateful prayers? I'm hearing a lot of hateful prayers about this issue. And here's the problem: according to Proverbs, God isn't hearing them. And so anytime something like this happens, I ask God, allow this situation to teach me bigger lessons. And so I want to give you three real quick lessons that we can learn from the outrage that we feel and what's going on around us. And here's the first one: the world around us doesn't value what we value. It comes as a shock to our system, but it shouldn't. Those that don't value or those that don't have our values, don't value what we value. In fact, I thought, as I was thinking about this a little bit deeper, I thought about the guy that created this whole situation. And I wondered as I was praying for him after I was done being mad, I thought, what happened in his life to cause him to, to see God in that way? He obviously doesn't value what I value. Here's a second thought. It's okay to be disgusted. Don't beat yourself up because you're angry. Anger is it's a neutral thing. The Bible says don't sin in your anger, but there's going to be things that make us angry. It's okay to be angry. But the third thing is that in this and anything else, our response demands love. It demands love. Well, what about that question that says they would never do this with another religion? And that's true. And as I thought about that, I thought, I'm kind of glad that Christianity is mockable. I'm kind of glad that we don't riot in the streets. We don't seek revenge. We leave all that to God and we just love. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want my prayers to be too hateful for God to hear. I want them to be like Jesus. Father, forgive them. They really don't know what they're doing. And so, as we evaluate that and as we think about it, let it soak into your spirit. And I want to challenge you, let's be more like Jesus. And let's crush Worry Free Wednesday together. Are you in? If you enjoy these encouraging videos, why don't you subscribe to our channel? Maybe give us a thumbs up or share it with a friend. Until next time, worry less, live more. And let's not just have a good day. Let's trust God. And in love, let's make this a great day.